Welcome to His Wife, Her Husband. Thank you guys for tuning in to our YouTube channel. If this is your first time being a part of this, being a part of our channel, we want to thank you all. We ask you that you hit the subscribe button. Also, we want you to hit the notification bell.
I missed my
We
cue.
want you to hit the notification bell so that when we drop new videos, you'll be the first ones to get it. Also, hit the like button. Give us a thumbs up. And I guess I heard people say help us beat the algorithm. I don't know what algorithm is out there, but help us beat the algorithm. Hit the thumbs up, give us a comment, and share the videos. If you find any value in anything that we give or we put out, please share it with a friend. We talk all things family. Talk all things faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun.
We
Amen.
fitting this fun in here.
Can you find a new
Fitting this fun in the marriage.
Just don't even say it.
I'm gonna fitting this in here.
Okay.
His wife.
And I'm her husband. And we're answering questions that you send in to us. That's what this segment is all about. So we got a couple of questions that we've been pulling on and answering. And so if you have any questions that you want us to answer on this channel, please
Drop them in the comment section.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to say that. Drop them in the comment section.
Or if you want to remain
Email us.
anonymous, email us at hiswifeherhusband97@gmail.com. Hiswifeherhusband97@gmail.com.
Drum roll. Do you both like nice, simple dates or spare no expense date nights? Yes.
Right.
Both. Go, Patrick.
So for me, I'm simple. I would say my preference would be simple dates. Because I'm just a simple guy. I don't really I'll do extravagant. I don't have a problem with that. I did in the beginning. I remember one time. I'll tell you how cheap I was. We went to Folks Folly. See, is there something about the word Folks Folly? And there's apostrophe on the end of folks, which shows possession.
Folly means foolish. And my mother kept saying, what they're saying,
you all possess foolishness if you're going to spend all this money on this food when you can go home and cook your own. That's just what I think, in a way.
You thought.
That's what I thought. I made up for it because we started going to another restaurant, Ruth's Chris, and your whole check out the window with Chris. Anyway, so here's what happened. This is how cheap I was. We're at Folks Folly. I've never been to Folks Folly before. And so we're sitting there, and the woman came over. She was like, "Hey, how y'all doing?" She gave us a double mint gum and some water, and I was like, "Okay, cool, thank you."
Oh, man.
No, it was double mint gum.
They don't give
Spearmint.
gum at restaurants. It was the little mint with the chocolate and the green on top.
It was a spearmint gum,
It was not.
stick of gum. Somebody gave me a spearmint gum, man.
Oh.
Listen, here's the thing, though. We were sitting there, and she said the potato was $8, and I'm like, "What else comes
You
with
know this
it?
was a long time ago.
What
'cause
comes with the
they
potato?
up now. They 12 now.
What comes with the potato?" Like, so what all come with this?
Skin.
She said nothing. I'm like, "No, I'm saying it's $8. So what else do we get with the potato? What else comes with it?" She said, "No, sir, it's a la carte." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I had no idea what a la carte meant. I was about to tell her what a la carte means. So I think I asked you.
Yeah, we looked at the menu and then we saw that everything, there were no combos.
I said, "What does a la carte mean?" She was like, "That means everything is priced as is by itself." I'm like, "Oh," and the steak was what, $35 for a steak?
No.
$50?
No.
Oh, it wasn't that high. You tripping?
Yes, it was. I'm not
ma'am.
exaggerating.
It was not. No, it wasn't that high. Anyway, the point was everything was a la
Depending
carte.
on what
There
cut
were
y'all
no
already know.
combos. You know what I'm saying? There were no combos. I couldn't get. I couldn't upsize it and none of that stuff. So I'm sitting there looking at the menu, and I'm like, I don't want to spend this. But now I had it. I just didn't want to spend that much money. And I kept looking. I'm like, and I happened to look to. I glanced to my left.
Our table was in front of a window that looked across the street.
And I looked across the street, and I saw Kroger.
K. Raj.
I saw Kroger's, because that's how a lot of people say in Memphis. I don't know where we at. I saw all the Kroger's. And I was like, I said, "Listen, baby, We can take this money. We can crawl across the street. I can buy some steaks. I can buy a whole bag of potatoes. I'll cook it for you. Make a lot of salad, and we can save some money. She was
Make a lot of
so
what?
we can save a lot of money.
I thought you said make a lot of sense.
I probably did say it, but we can save a lot of money. She was like, okay, you want to? I'm like, yeah. Are you sure? Like, she was so disappointed.
I was not.
Yes, you were. I'm like, that's fine with me. We can do it then. I'm like, cool. Man, we got up and we went across the street and we went to Kroger and I cooked dinner for my wife. I cooked everything that folks thought it was going to give us. I cooked it for her, and that was a simple, expensive dinner.
That's really and truly the reason why we go.
And it was good.
Patrick.
Because I'm Chef Boyardee around this time. I'm Chef Boyardee. Okay, go ahead.
The purpose.
And, all right, that's it.
No, it's not.
That's it. Not for real.
No, you're not.
I'm serious.
I'm not gonna even say it now. I'm gonna leave it in the comment section, y'all. Okay, no, but for real. But the purpose of dating is to spend time, to spend quality time. So with that being said, be creative with the dates. So be reasonable. If you know that you can stand a little splurging, splurge.
Right.
If you need to modify, bring in because finances don't allow because you're working on something greater,
right,
then do that too. Another idea, especially the times that we're living in now, like you could probably order, you know how you had a food shipped in or whatever, like you can maybe say, well, let's try a Mediterranean dish, or let's try, whatever type of dish that you may want to try, but you want to cook it at home together. So that'll be something fun to do.
That sounds like something fun to do.
Great.
So here's the thing. Before we start shooting this video,
wait a minute.
She wanted to go out to eat. I want to keep it simple.
I still do.
But
I still do.
But because I want to,
now,
I want to see them again.
Let me tell y'all something.
That means we're going out to eat.
Patrick can tell you when I am a very easy goer. I don't have a great demand. But then what do I?
No, ma'am.
He just saying
I get 4 lies a year. I just use one of them. Go
ahead.
Oh,
Patrick.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
But you just like what you want to enjoy, what you want to enjoy. Ladies, I'm sure that you can agree and attest to this. If you have a taste for a steak and you know a good place that you prefer, I think that you can save up to go there. Now, you shouldn't put a demand on every day. You have to cater to me. Like, I'm not that type of person. But I do look forward to our times together, and I don't think that it's bad to make that request. So, I'm trying to say it fixed up.
Don't say it fixed up. That's what they want to see. They want to see transparency. We're not doing all that. Listen, so she's right. Number one, she's right. She deserves everything she asks for, because often she doesn't ask for a lot of stuff. But when we have a plan that's put in place, I'm more to stick to the plan. Like, that's true. We said we were gonna save, to do such and such. So because not right now we're gonna work on fixing our house up a little at a time. Like, we don't have a lot of money, but we gotta fix what we can when we can. And if we're spending our money at these restaurants every week, then that's money we're taking from the house. Now, here's what I always say. I have I got a book I'm working on. I'm editing. It's called The Rule of 10-10-20. Part of the 10% that I ask people to spend on themselves, I say, don't spend it on money. Don't spend it on money. Don't spend it on food, because you literally flush it down the toilet. Do something. Thank you. Don't spend it on food, because you literally flush it down the toilet. Spend it on something that's going to last, that you're going to see for a long time, whether it be a new shoestring, or you need to get your blouse fixed. So in our case, we're going to fix up little things for our house. So I don't want to give a restaurant my money, but by the same token, that's something that we do to kind of enjoy each other's company. So it's one of those give and take things. To answer the question, we like both. We like expensive date nights, and we like simple date nights. I think it all depends. Find out what your money tell you. Your money tell you your money will tell you whether it's simple or it's time to splurge.
To to go also, I guess, to bring insight to the question, we have had to take we used to make time to spend time with each other, uh, taking walks in the park. We still do these things, but sometimes it's just getting away and spending time versus spending money.
Right.
And so you can be creative, like you can get candles. It can be a candlelight dinner over a bologna sandwich. I think it's the thought that's behind it that make the date, that significant time, make it count and make it memorable. And so with that being said, the challenge is on after I get these smoked wings.
Today. But here's the
Because
thing, though.
that
But you
is
said
really-
something that's great, though. Doesn't mean like we just gonna do bologna. But not every time. Like you should really be working on. You should really be working on um, splurging or finding the time to
making a
really
way.
be extravagant. Like if you are eating bologna over candlelight for 3 months, I'm pretty sure you saved enough to say, hey baby, I appreciate that, or hey honey, I appreciate that. I don't know, let's do, or I thought about you and I did this, or baby, I thought about you and I did this, and now that becomes, because if they never get, or if he never gets the extravagant part, then it's like, okay, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Because then that way it's kind of like, like you said, what are we doing? And the song that come to my mind is, she get weary. She get tired of that same old shabby dress. And sometimes she may want a fresh dress,
I don't know that song.
She do get weary wearing that same old shaggy dress. They playing at Christmas. It's in this Christmas. You know what I'm talking about? Why she's
I
at there
think
waiting.
the way you saying it,
Try love intended. I'm saying try little
Otis Redding.
Otis Redding. That's it, Patrick. See, ain't nothing like help, pa. Basically, you don't want to miss those moments on spending time. That's
Right.
ultimately. So you want to make appointments for the spontaneity, and you want to also make definite dates where it's like I'm gonna do this for her or him again. Like you don't ever want to stop or become complacent in your relationship with your spouse. And I think that a lot of married couples are guilty of doing just that. Like
Right.
we don't want to fit in the time. We'll make time for everything and everybody else, but then when it comes time for our time, then then we will allow people to invade that space. And so make sure that whatever, I'm glad we bring this up. Make sure that whatever day and whatever time you decide, that you protect it at all costs.
Right.
Because people and things will always try to invade it and try to come between it. And it could be something that's urgent, it could be something that's important. But
not urgent, important.
But at the end of the day, if it's not an emergency, then
Right.
it's no for me. Like it can wait. Like it's just that, and many of you know that Patrick and I share a great majority of our life together. It's just recently that we actually don't work together, but we pretty much do every single thing together. And I have heard it said like, "Dog, y'all stay together, y'all do everything together." Well, that's my business. As Tabitha Brown say, that's my business. He my business. He not your business. He my business. So if I choose, because that's how I felt. If I choose not to answer the phone, if I choose not to do whatever, this is what he is who I signed up for. And so I know that I'm who he signed up for. But a lot of times people on the outside looking in will say, well, something is too much, but we know what's enough for us. And of course, I'm not saying it in an unhealthy, possessive way, because he's not possessive. He don't make me be around him. This is who I'm choosing to be around. So if I would like to encourage the married couples listening that if you don't have a set time that you date each other, make a set time. It could be a Sunday afternoon, it could be a Wednesday, it could be whatever.
Right.
But make sure that you make that time to put that time in, because that's where you learn who your spouse really is and how they have changed.
And that's how you find
evolved.
those turns in the marriage. We always talk about turns in the marriage, and if you're not turning at the same time, You
Yeah.
have problems in the marriage.
Yeah, and they gonna pop up. But if you, I'm telling you, and even if you are experiencing a tough time, I can almost 9 times out of 10, I can attest to you probably stopped dating each other somewhere. Like
Right.
the business or the cares of life
Mm-hmm.
just kind of crept in, and they crept in unaware. It was a couple of hours after work. It was a little overtime. It was a little, let me do this, or let me, I got to run by and do that. And it's like, you have to just say, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get so and so to do that. But, like it's a period of delegation. Like, but make sure that you know, and you make sure that other people know, even if they don't hear the words you're saying, through the actions that you take, they will know who is important to you and what you value.
Yeah, so that's the broken record advice we give, and we say it over and over and over again. During date time or date night, no one don't unless it's an emergency, you don't answer the phone. I don't care if you standing next to me and you sitting next to me, or if you come up and you want to speak, I'm gonna be like, hey, how you doing? Like, all right, man, listen, we're on a date right now. Like, right now is not the time for us to discuss anything about anything, So protect that time, and I promise you,
Be glad you
you'll
did.
be glad you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, date nights, expensive or inexpensive. What are your thoughts about it? Should you splurge every time, or should there be breaks? Should you be cheap every time? You know what I'm saying? What do you think? What are your thoughts about that? I didn't put my phone on. See what I'm talking about right there? That was spam risk. Definitely not going to answer for spam risk. So anyway, what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section. How do you feel? Anything else? Any last words?
Make time for love. Make time for the love. Yeah. And if it is grown cold, if it's an ember or a spark, it can become a flame again. So
Amen.
don't wash it away. Don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just dig in. Remember when you used to date and hold the phone, and it was just us being in each other's presence. It didn't even matter whether we had food or not. My first meal with Patrick was breakfast sausage and old cheese and bread. The butts of the bread, the part you don't want. He fixed that stuff up. That was our first meal. He did that for me, cause
she thought she didn't have anything in the refrigerator. Look, ain't nothing here to eat. I'm like, it's something to eat here. I know it is. I'm on my way. And we did it. Anyway.
And then the other meal that he made, that's when him. Okay,
come on, we ain't got that much time. Anyway, so
build memories, y'all.
Yeah. So we thank you. Love you guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.
Holla.